Welcome to iLecture Online. Here's part 2 to the problem that we started with on the previous example on our video, and you'll find out that part 2 is a lot easier than part 1. Once we understand what the capacitance is and we have a phase diagram, we know the resistance and the impedance, it should be easier to find the phase angle. So let's quickly read the problem to remind ourselves what it was about. It says, in a circuit, a metal filament lamp is connected in series with a capacitor C microfarads, which we found to be 100 microfarads, across a 200 volt 50 hertz supply. The power consumed by the lamp is 500 watts, while the voltage drop across it is 100 volts. Assume that there is no inductive load in the circuit. Take RMS values of the voltages, and the magnitude of the phase angle in degrees between the current and the supply voltage is, and that's what part 2 is all about, is to find that phase angle. So coming back to our diagram, here we see the resistance, which is in phase with the current, and then we have X sub C, and then we have the impedance. And notice we have a phase difference between the resistance and the impedance, and that's what we're trying to find. Now, in the previous video, we found that the resistance was equal to 20 ohms, and the impedance was equal to 40 ohms. So it simply becomes a matter of solving that triangle. So here we have a triangle. We're trying to find this phase angle right here, phi. We know that this is equal to 20, this is equal to 40, which is a hypotenuse, so we're going to use the sine. The sine of the angle phi, by definition, is equal to the opposite side. Oh, wait a minute, not the sine. We're going to need the cosine. Let's try that again. The cosine of the angle phi is equal to the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Because when we look at the triangle, we're looking for the, we have the adjacent side, we have the hypotenuse. So in this case, the adjacent side is equal to 20 and the hypotenuse is equal to 40. So we're looking for phi, which is equal to the inverse cosine of 20 over 40, which is equal to the inverse cosine of 1/2. And of course, we know that the cosine of 1/2, the inverse cosine of 1/2 means we're dealing with an angle of 60 degrees, and that's going to be the answer right there. So you can see that that part was relatively easy, and since they gave us a two-part problem, and the second part only takes maybe another 45 seconds or so to do, you can save a little bit of time on this problem and hopefully save it for the next one. And that is how it's done. Well, I read the problem, which I would have already read in the previous one, so I didn't have to read it twice.
It was not anywhere close to one like that.